Another live lesson. The name of this one is The Darkness Comprehended It Not. Trying to see if the feed comes up. All right, here we go. Trying to see if okay. All right, so yeah, as you see the title, or you know, The Darkness Comprehended It Not, and this is based off of the scripture in the book of Second Corinthians, the fourth chapter, which I was reading earlier, and actually thought about it, before I went to bed last night, and Spirit was on me to go into it. So, Lord's will, we could break the whole chapter down, go through it, and give some edification on it, some understanding on it. But before I get to that, this was sent to me yesterday by Elder Yashawamba. It says, according to the U.S. government data, the country lost 140,000 jobs last month. And per an analysis by the National Women's Law Center, all of them belong to women. And the first thing that came to mind, of course, rise up, ye women that are at ease, So the out of the 140,000 jobs lost, they all belong to women. It says the NWLC delved into December's numbers and found that whereas men actually gained 16,000 jobs, women as a whole lost 156,000. So this is that, rise up, you women that are at ease. And this is the, these international bankers, they pushed that women's lib crap, really to separate the families and to be able to tax the other half of the population, which is in the majority, which are women. That's what the whole thing was about, to separate the families and also to have women work so that they can tax them also. As to at one time they could only tax the man because the man was working and the woman would stay at home, and take care of the business of the house, which that's how it was supposed to be done. But they wanted to they set up that women's lib to so-called, not to liberate women, but to have them go out there and work so that they can tax them also and make more money. All right. So I just wanted to, bring that up. So rise up, you women that are at ease. That's what that's going into, because, the Lord he's setting the balance and setting everything back in its proper order, slowly but surely, and this is going to cause a lot of problems. That's why, you have a lot of women online, selling their cooch, to make money because, times are hard on the boulevard, So this is what's happening, They're having to rely on their assets, to be able to be sustained. And this is why the scriptures say, my servants shall eat, my servants shall rejoice. So the sisters that are fighting in this thing, the Lord will take care of you. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Just keep doing what you've been doing, and Lord's will, you be a part of the elect. Like we hope that we be a part of the elect and we'll be straight, So I just wanted to, speak on that real quick, which I see the brother Yahweh from Hawaii. I'm pretty sure he's going to do a lesson on it if he didn't already. But once again, according to U.S. government data, the country lost 140,000 jobs last month. And per an analysis by the National Women's Law Center, all of them belong to women. All of them belong to women. The NWLC delved into December's numbers and found that whereas men actually gained about 16,000 jobs, women as a whole lost 156,000. So, what does that mean? Rise up, you women that are at ease. The vintage shall fail. That's all these goodies. You've been propped up for the longest. You've been put in that Queen of Heaven spirit, and now you're about to lose. You're losing, and you're about to lose. And it's gonna go back to how it's supposed to be. Anyways, with that being said, let's go to Second Corinthians, the fourth chapter, Like I said, I was reading this earlier, and it came to mind last night, and I said, Lord's will, in the morning, I'll go through it and see. I mean, all the scriptures are edifying. All scriptures are given by inspiration of the Most High. So I was looking to see if I could do a lesson on it, and I went through it, looked up a couple of words, and I said, yeah, let's, through the Spirit, let's do this, and hopefully it'll be edifying. Okay, it says 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. And this is a ministry. The word ministry or minister means servant, and this knowledge that was given to us was given to us, as us being laborers in it, because there is a labor to be done. A servant is what? A laborer. So that's why we do the lessons that we do through the inspiration and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakwadash, to bring out the knowledge of the scriptures to those out there and feed those out there of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and the brothers and sisters out there that don't look like your typical Israelite, that they may be saved. It says, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. The hidden things of dishonesty are, the shameful things of the past, whatever it was that we were doing in the past, to leave it alone, because that word dishonesty goes into public shame, like in 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, where it speaks about, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, and 3rd verse. It says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. That's when we were out there, didn't know we were Israelites. We were bugged out, doing all manner of wicked shit, that is shameful, when they shine the light on it. But prior to that, Jake is doing whatever they doing, without thinking of the consequences, because there's consequences. It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Now, this is the point here, wherein they think it strange. Who's the they? Your old running partners, your boys, back in the days, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you, right? Because they're like, the fuck is this guy? What's up with this guy? This guy, he turned into a square, and what happened to you, man? You used to be beautiful. Inside joke. So excess of riot, that's going out there clubbing, partying, speaking evil of you. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? Yeah, because eventually they're gonna have to give account for every word that they speak. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that we might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to the Most High in the Spirit. And this is pretty much what it is. What the Lord is doing is He's giving us this knowledge. We're dead to the world, but the knowledge that we have is increasing as a witness against the world, and also as a upliftment, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So going back, let me put this over here. Going back, it says, but we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, and not walking in craftiness. See, because you have those that are walking in craftiness. Let's look up this word craftiness, which is the word panurgea. It's a craftiness, cunning, a specious or false wisdom. In a good sense, prudent skill in undertaking and carrying on affairs. But this is dealing in a bad sense. So I looked up the word specious, right? And the word specious is superficially plausible, but actually wrong. You have these guys that think that what they're going into is the proper breakdown, but it's not. It has an appearance of it. It's plausible, but it's actually wrong. You see, and some that are blinded, they give the speech, with vehemence, with that heat, with that passion, but you're still wrong. It says misleading in appearance, especially misleadingly attractive. See, so that's what the scriptures say, that the time will come where they shall not endure sound doctrine, but shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. It also speaks about, the speaks about giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So going back, it says, let's read that again. It says, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Lord deceitfully. See, not handling the word of the Lord deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. Because the Apostle Paul said, I will not know the speech of them that are puffed up, but the power. What are your actions? You say you believe, so what are your actions in this word? What great works have you shown, to prove, your belief in what you're saying? You see? And this in the sight of the Most High, because everything that we're doing is for the glorification of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, so let's see. We read that, craftiness. And that's pretty much it on that. So let's go down to the third verse. Now we get into the meat of it. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Why? Because this world was under supreme darkness for a certain period of time. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 60:1. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come. So the light is what? Yahweh Shai, through the understanding of this word. So arise, meaning come out of that low state and shine. Let your lights shine, for thy light is come. See, so the light is here now, and the torch is lit. The word is pushed out there. It's it's on the housetops, but the problem is that 2/3 of Israel are not going to receive it. It says, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. See, so that's why the scriptures say a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And that has happened for a long period of time. Gross darkness means that you can't see in front of you. Like when you go back into the history of when the Lord was bringing the 10 plagues upon Egypt, one of them was what? Darkness for 3 days. And when we read the Apocrypha, it said the darkness was so thick you could feel it. So the Lord caused gross darkness to come upon those people. That was physically. But Jake is in gross darkness today, spiritually. So it says, Irapal, which is cloud, heavy or dark cloud, darkness, gross darkness, thick darkness. You see? Excuse me. All right, so it says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. That's why we're walking testimonies. All of the brothers in this truth that's teaching the word are walking testimonies of the light that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shined upon us. Let's go to one more. Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he, meaning the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, will destroy in this mountain, America, the face of the covering, because they put a face on it. They put a covering over it, over the truth. But the Lord is destroying that by what? By his word, by the truth. So, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, because the whole world was in darkness. Because the very first thing that Esau did when he came out of his prison sentence was what? To deceive the whole world. Let's go to Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan, which is Esau, shall be loosed out of his prison. What was that prison? That prison sentence, that they had this dark cloud over them, that they couldn't deceive anybody, because that is their greatest gift outside of the sword, is deception. Going all the way back to the serpent, that man in the garden that was wicked. That is their greatest asset, outside of the sword. So they were loosed out of their prison sentence during what time? The Renaissance period. which the word Renaissance means rebirth, right? So it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. And that's what they did. That is the very first thing they did, was deceive the world. And this is why they have the world the way it is today. And although the information age is out there, and we're in that information age, and knowledge is increasing, but so also is the fake and disinformation that's increasing, because what they're doing is they're allowing truth to go out there. They're clipping a lot of it, but they're also putting a lot of disinformation out there. So if somebody is trying to navigate through that highway, to get the truth, they're going to become confused. Why? Because you're going to have truth and you're going to have false truths, which are the lies. And most people are going to cancel out because they're not going to know what to believe anymore. And that's what they want to do. They want to discourage people from seeking truth, and that's why, they're doing this. So it says, and he, the Most High, will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And that's why it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Let's look up that word lost real quick. And just them that are lost. The word lost is apolume, which goes back to the word Apollo, which means destroy, because if you're lost and you can't find your way, eventually you're going to be destroyed. Right? It says to destroy, to put out of the way entirely, abolish, put an end to, ruin, render useless, to kill, to declare that one must be put to death, metaphorically to devote or give over to eternal misery in hell, which that's bullshit. To perish, to be lost, ruin, destroy, to lose. So pretty much they're being given over to destruction because they're rendered useless. And this is why the so-called international bankers call these people what? Useless eaters. They're not contributing to anything. They're just wandering aimlessly. Just given to just pleasure, and that's it. They have no purpose in life. So if our gospel be hid to them that are lost, or to those that are rendered useless, that are about to be destroyed. Right? It says, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. So the God of this world is Satan, which is Esau, the physical counterpart, under the guise or under the orders of Satan, who is under the orders of the Most High. We look up the word God, which is all small case. It goes back to the word theos, which theos is what? A god or goddess. It could be fake gods. It could be man that's put into a godlike state, that's in a position of power, as we read in Micah, the 2nd chapter, in the 1st verse. It says a general name of deities or divinities. The Godhead, Trinity, the power of the Father, the first person of the Trinity, which there's no such thing as Trinity. Spoken of the only true power, refers to the things of the power, his counsel, interest, things due to him. Whatever can in any respect be likened unto the Most High or resembled him in any way. God, the Most High's representative or vice regent of magistrates and judges. This is the point. And this is the Greek equivalent of the Hebrew word Allah or Allah, which means the same thing. Magistrates, judges, So it says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. Why? Because it was given to them not to believe. It was given to them not to accept this word. Okay? As pursuant to, let's go real quick to Isaiah chapter 6. And one thing to remember is that we give thanks for the Lord giving us his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the ability to see it, because there's an actual angel that the Lord gave an order to that the Lord commissioned to blind 2/3 of the nation of Israel, so that they can't receive this knowledge, so that they can't wake up to this truth. So we should count our blessings and be very thankful that we have this knowledge. Salaki for a minute. Okay, so It says, Isaiah 6 and 9, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. And that's what happens. They hear the words, but they can't perceive the words and get the true understanding of the words. Because if they were able to get the true understanding of the words, then they would be converted, meaning turned back, and they would be healed, and they would be saved and delivered. Because remember, the message that's being taught, that is the ticket to make it out of here, to make it into glory, to make it into them chariots. It says, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they shall see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. See? Healed by what? By the word of the Most High, and come out of that darkness. That's why the name of the lesson is, and the darkness comprehended it not. So going back to 2 Corinthians 4 and 4, it says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. Because the God of this world, that's working under the orders of Satan, that is working under the orders of the Most High, has put into these devils' minds to do these things. And they are moving full steam ahead. So it says, Ephesians 6:10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, which is what? This word. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you what? May be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. This is the trickery of the devil. And their trickery is used with, the representatives of them that are set up, whether it's among Jake, Esau, or whatever, to teach the word deceitfully. But it also goes into different informations about truth. So those are the wiles of the devil, the trickery, where they paint things and make it seem like it's a good thing, but it's not. Like the word specious, superficially plausible, but actually wrong, misleading in appearance, especially misleadingly attractive. All right. So it goes on to say, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. So these principalities and powers are hierarchies of demons, clusters of demons, that their only purpose is to make people go astray from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Mainly the Israelites, because the other nations have nothing to do with this, with the truth. All right. Damn, man, you brothers are lighting the comment board up. Barakateh Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it says, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. So now we have to look into this word, rulers of the darkness of this world. Because the rulers of the darkness of this world is dealing with Esau. You could throw the other nations in there, some of their top, demons. But this is really dealing with Esau. And the word for ruler is Cosmokrator. All right, Cosmokrator, which is a compound word. It says Lord of the world, prince of this age, the devil and his demons, which is dealing with, spiritual demon Satan, but it's really going into Esau, because they're the top. They're the sons and daughters of the wicked. So cosmos is an organization, an adorning, and krateo is whole take, which is rule, like to rule, like Democrat people rule, So let's go back. Then it goes on to say, it says, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. So this knowledge is what helps us fight against Esau and his trickery and his wiles. It says against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, because that's going into those demons that are sent to deceive the world. Like the scriptures speak about, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So let's read this one more time. In whom the God of this world, or the power of this world, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, Least the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. Yeah, because if this light were to shine unto them, then they would be able to get it, understand it, and be delivered. For we preach not ourselves, but Yahushua the Lord, Hamashiach the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, which is going all the way back to the beginning, right? Because what was in the beginning? Darkness. And then the light was brought. And then the darkness was separated from the light. So it says, for the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts. And this is the only reason why we see, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has shined in our hearts, to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahushua HaMashiach. Right. So through the great sacrifice that Yahushua made, that's how we're able to get the light to shine in our hearts. So this is St. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, which who's the Word? Let's go to Revelation 19:13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High, which is the word logos in the Greek. Now, when you go to the Hebrew, the word is what? Debar. Or you could say Debar Yum for words, but it's Debar. And this is dealing with Yahushua himself. So Yahushua is the word. So in the beginning was the word. In the beginning was Yahushua. And the word was with the powers. Remember, you had the Most High created Yahushua. Yahushua created the rest of the spirits. And then created everything that we see through the orders of the Most High Yahweh. It says, and the word was a power. He was a God or a power. It says the same was in the beginning with the powers. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Did not the Lord say he's the life and the light? In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Now check it out. And the light shineth in darkness, which is shining now, and the darkness comprehended it not. So there's this light that's shining. The light of truth is shining in this world, but the darkness didn't comprehend it. And just like when you wake up in the morning, or you wake up in the middle of the night, you turn the light on, your eyes are squinting, and your eyes have to adjust. That's the same way that these people are, with the truth. It hurts their eyes, which hurts their spirit. That's why they don't want to accept it, because they were. Oh, we didn't finish reading in Isaiah. So let me go back to Isaiah real quick, and then I'll come back to here. Isaiah chapter 6. Oh, we finished reading that. Okay. So pretty much there's an actual angel that's blinding, Jake out there from getting the understanding. So that's why it says, and the darkness comprehended it not. So going to St. John 3:18, he that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, which is Yahushua, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So they don't want to come to the light, so that their deeds can be manifested, and that they can turn around, and be delivered. I'll read this one quick precept that Brother Yahweh put up. Psalms 119:10. It says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. That's right. And the only reason why is because, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua opened that door unto us. Matter of fact, I'll read these couple right here. Gabar Dama, Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. And this one here from the brother Yahweh the Maccabees, Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. Right, and that's that light. And that's the reason why we're able to see, because the Lord shined his light unto us. and opened up our eyes to be able to see. But here in John 3:20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, what? Lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So going back to St. John 1:5, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. So this is what we're dealing with here. And let's go back to 2 Corinthians 4:6. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yahushai, of Yahweh, in the face of Yahushai. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels. These vessels that we have, the Lord entrusted us with this word. And these decrepit, bodies, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us. See, because He's the one that gave it. How can you boast against, the one that gave it? We're not the authors of it. We're just the messengers. We are troubled on every side. And this is why these things happen, because, you have to have checks and balances. The scriptures say knowledge puffeth up. So sometimes what the Lord will do is He will put afflictions on you, whether physically or spiritually, so that we don't get beside ourselves and think too highly of ourselves. Because, King David said it best. I said in my haste all men are liars, but that's not the one I wanted. It says, I said that man at his best state is altogether vanity, because we're just transitory until the Lord transforms us, changes us, and brings us into greatness. It says, so these tribulations, whatever it may be, is to keep us in check. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushai, that the life also of Yahushai might be made manifest in our body. And the light of Yahushai being made manifest in our body is the reason why the world cannot accept us. Let's go real quick. Amos 5. And this is why, people hate Great Millstone. People talking about, people hate. Nah, they really hate Great Millstone. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is upon us to reprove and rebuke, and they're looking at it as men doing it, and as a thing of hate. It's not a thing of hate, because reproof and rebuke and all that, that's real love. But in this society, we were taught different. See, our Amos 5:10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. And that's scripture. So going back, all right, so let's go back to 2 Corinthians 4:10. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahweh. Oh, no. I almost forgot this one. St. John 15 and 18. It says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. And what do they hate? They hate the words. That's why Yahushua told them, wicked Pharisees and them, you seek to kill me because my word has no place in you. So if the word of the Lord doesn't have place in an Israelite, that means they're not going to do the deeds. They're not going to be responsive. They're not going to obey. They're not going to fear the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. And that's why in 1 John it says that they speak of the world and the world heareth them. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And see, that's why the scriptures are known as the comforter, because whenever we go through certain situations, whatever it may be, there's always something in the scriptures that gives us reassurance, of the things that we're going through. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. See? But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. See? So that's the point. And the reason why we out there teaching, because this word is going to be a testimony, and a witness against those that don't take heed. It's going to be a witness for those that do take heed for good, and it's going to be a witness against those that don't take heed for judgment. So it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. So they don't have any excuse. And remember what it says in Proverbs 29:1: he that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall afterward be destroyed, and that without remedy. Because right now there's still a small window of mercy open. That's the remedy. But if you don't take heed, eventually that door is going to close, and guess what? You're not going to get that mercy. There's not going to be any remedy. So it says, he that hateth me hateth my Father also. That's right. And a lot of these individuals really hate Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So going back to 2 Corinthians 4:11, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahushai's sake, that the life also of Yahushai might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. Yeah, because the work that we do, we're always bearing about in our body the death of Yahushai, the great sacrifice that he did. So it says, so then death worketh in us, but life in you. Yeah. So, as we read on further down, it's going to explain what this means, but the death working in us, meaning that the hatred of the world is upon us, but also, this word is so powerful, that our bodies, really can't handle it. That's why the Spirit of the Lord has to come upon us, to be able to speak, because there be days you don't feel like doing anything. You don't want to hear nothing. You don't want to know about nothing. You're in a very low energy. But then there's other days when you're high energy, and that's the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, upon brothers, to do this thing. It says, we have in the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. And then it also says that we were greatly afflicted. It says, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushai shall raise up us also by Yahushai, and shall present us with you. So this is why we're waiting for what? For the redemption of the purchased possession, which is the elect at this time. It says, yeah, brother, we all go through it. Trust and believe. We all go through it. Shit, one day I was just wanted to do a test, and I was, I kind of felt in the low spirit, and the spirit was on one brother that just put, come on, Apostle, you could do it, and I was like, that was a spirit speaking through that man, and it ended up jarring my spirit to where I, spirit had me do almost an hour lesson. Which it was only supposed to be a couple of minutes long, just to do a test, with what the elder Menachem Zakba had sent me to do another or use another email with the same YouTube channel, and you still be able to stream without being limited. All right, and that's pretty much the one I'm on now. So we all go through it, man. Look, there's no matter of fact. Let's get that. Let's go to, don't ever think in your mind, any of you brothers, that what you're going through is like a new special hell. Like there's a new special hell for this one particular brother. He's just going through hell that nobody else has gone through. Nah, we all go through it. Trust and believe. Some brothers are more verbal about it, others are not. 1 Corinthians 10:13, there hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. And this is why, brothers teaching jar other brothers' spirit, because, we all go through the same things, but sometimes when brothers are in that high spirit, and brothers are going into it and teaching, that jars the spirit of another brother that might be feeling low energy. And that's why the scriptures speak about provoking one another to love. Let's go to that. Hebrews, the 10th chapter. ad nauseum, meaning to the point of being nauseous about it. Let's see, Hebrews 10 and right here, Hebrews 10:24. Matter of fact, I started at 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. And let us consider one another. Why? Because we go through things, and we know brothers are going to go through things. This is why you think when you read the Apostle Paul's epistles, why do you think he's mentioned so many times of all of the tribulation and the troubles, and perils and things that he went through? He did all that and said all of that to comfort those that were going through anything or were suffering the same things, and to strengthen them and say, look, I go through it too. Don't think that you're the only one. So he did it to strengthen them. So it says, and let us consider one another to what? To provoke unto love. And what is love? This word. Teaching this word. So let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. And when you look up this word provoke, it means to agitate. Let's look up the word provoke. Paraxumos. It says, an incitement, irritation. Now, what is an irritation? When you have something on your neck and you're wearing a collar shirt, or one of them Izod shirt or whatever the hell, them shirts are called. And if you have something on your neck and it keeps rubbing on it, it's gonna be irritable. It's gonna bug you. So that's, it says the state of feeling annoyed, impatient, or slightly angry, inflammation or other discomfort in the body part caused by reaction to an irritant substance. So the state of feeling annoyed, impatient, or slightly angry. You see? So it says, let's go back. And consider one another to irritate unto love and to good works. Because remember, we're in the flesh. We're fighting against the flesh. So there has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone there to incite, someone there to, there's a word for it, but pretty much, somebody there to incite or to draw it out, because any man that say that he's 100% in the spirit all day, every day, that's a lie. There ain't no man, Yahweh Shai, of course, but there's no man that can say that they're 100% in the spirit every day, every hour of the day. It's impossible. We're spirits in bodies, and these bodies are a prison, and there's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. So it says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Meaning these things, the water exhortation, that's a good one. Yep. And these things are increasing daily, and shalom, to the Akim, the elders, Akim on the common board, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakathum, and the sisters also, shalom. All right, so now let's go from there. Let's go back to 2 Corinthians 4:14, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahweh Shai raised up us also by Yahweh Shai, and shall present us with you. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High. In other words, the Lord is going to get the credit for the increase. Remember what Yahweh Shai said. He said when he comes back, he wants to receive his with usury. So everything that we do is for the glorification of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why the Lord is against those that serve their own belly. And they're not serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. For which cause we faint not. Why? Because these things are happening to us because of the message that we're bringing out. And when the Apostle Paul would say certain things to them, would be to build up their faith, and when he went through things, the benefit of it afterwards, as it speaks about in Hebrews 12, and the growth in the spirit would be a comfort to his soul, to his spirit, that, he went through that. Yeah, it was hard, it was rough, but look at the benefit afterwards. As they say, no pain, no gain. And like they say, with women, to be beautiful, it hurts to be beautiful. Because you got to go through, rigorous, things to keep up that appearance. So it says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, see, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And that goes with the verse that we were reading. I'm trying to remember what verse that was. I believe this was it here, if I'm not mistaken. For we which for we which live are always delivered unto death, for Yahweh's sake, that the life also of Yahweh might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. That might have been it, but I thought it was another verse. Oh, here we go. This is another one. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahweh, that the life also of Yahweh might be made manifest in our body. Yeah. Because we go through the things that we're going through. The outward man perish, but the inner man is renewed day by day. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And that's the most important. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. That's right. And this, it seems like it's hard, it's a lot, but when you weigh the things that we go through with the reward that's coming, really there's no comparison. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, which is everything out here. See, this is why Jake doesn't have that vision. Because Jake wants to hear and they want it now. They don't see the kingdom afar off. It says, but at the things which are not seen. So we're not looking at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. For the things which are seen are temporal. See, everything that we see today out here is temporary. We're looking for the everlasting. The word temporal, proskiros, for a season, enduring only for a while, temporary. It's transitional. That's why Moses, it was said that when he came of age, he chose rather to suffer with his brothers than to live with the pleasures of sin for a moment. Because that was a fleeting moment, and at that moment the Spirit was on him to make a choice to suffer with his brothers, but it was because the Spirit of the Lord moved him in that direction. So it says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Let's look up that word eternal. And this is what we're fighting for. Eonios, which is eon, but eon upon eon upon eon upon eon, everlasting, without beginning and end, that which always has been and always will be, without beginning, without end, never to cease, everlasting. And that's why it's in if I'm not mistaken, this is a plural form of the word eon, eonios, which is eon after eon after eon after eon. Let me see if something comes up. Let's see what comes up. Eonios. See if it says long lasting, lasting, everlasting. Doesn't really say if it's plural or not. Let's see. Just bear me on a second. Oh, damn, that's not it. Delete. Let's go back. Copy. Eternal. It just says eternal. Aeonios. So I don't know if that's like the plural way of saying it, because that you have eon and aeonios. So let's read that one more time and we could close the lesson out, unless, Spirit, I may take a quick look at the comment board and read any precepts that brothers have, that pertain to the lesson. It said, well, we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. So let me just take a quick look at the comment board. All right. Let's go to, I'm going to bring this up, brother. Walk circumspectly. Insight, definition, understanding, especially, and understanding of the motives and reasons behind one's actions. Yep, that's right. That's insight. 1 Thessalonians 4:15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. Khan. All right, this is a good one too. Is Izar Issachar, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4. For though they are punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Yeah, because another scripture says, though they seem to perish. Let me see if that comes up. I don't know if it's gonna come up. All right, let's try here. Nope. On the side of the unwise. Just bear with me 1 second. Boom, beautiful. Barakatah Bashem Shai. Wisdom of Solomon 3. I'll start at 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. Let me get rid of this for a moment. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace, as it says in Isaiah the 57th chapter. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. That's what the brother, actually that's what the scripture the brother just put. They put the 4th verse. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. Right, so that goes with the scripture in Daniel, the 11th chapter. Right here. Daniel 11:33. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help. That wasn't it. Right, 11:35. And some of them of understanding shall fall to try them and to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. So that's why they went through those things for what? For the cementing of their position. As gold, back in our Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 6, as gold in a furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Beautiful. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whoso despiseth the wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. That's why it says, he that being often reproved shall be destroyed, and that without remedy. And their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed, wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. So pretty much, that's pretty much it. Let's see what else brothers got, and then close the lesson out. Yeah, let me read these two right here. This brother Kazak Banyahawada. 2nd Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you out of the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And that's pretty much it right there. So Lord's will with that, you brothers have been edified. Just keep on fighting, keep on striving. We're almost out of here. You see what's going on. There's so much going on. It's hard to keep up with everything, but that's why there's a body of men working in the truth to bring everything out, bring it together as the Lord gave to each man, their portion, So with that, I pray that you brothers have been edified. To the next time I say, Shalom.